Welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. This time around it's going to be the last of the Grimbergen beers that I have in my beer fridge. It is a flagship beer, actually. It is the Grimbergen Blonde, and as far as I know, this is pretty much available all over the world. Also a beer that I've had numerous times, actually, in France when I went there last year, and also before that, actually. But overall, a pretty good Belgian beer. It's not the best in the world as far as I recall, but it's a Belgian ale. It's on 6.7% alcohol by volume in a 33 centiliter bottle like the others. And I got some info for you guys from the website. The raw materials of excellent quality are the riches of this blonde, high fermented beer. Ochre Blonde Abbey beer. This Ochre Blonde Abbey beer is lightly fruity, with a good balance between sweet and bitter, with a full rounded flavor. This beer fits perfectly with barbecue and white meat, such as chicken or turkey. It is also delicious with tasty Belgian mussels. And if you've ever had Belgian mussels, boiled in white wine, try boil it in a wit beer instead. That is awesome. I did that once with some coriander and clove, and it turned out perfectly. I can't remember I think actually it was just Hogarden I used the wit beer, but it turned out great. Instead of using white wine, then try using wit beer. That's nice. They actually do that some places in Belgium, but yeah, should be a fairly good beer as far as I recall. It's been a while since I had a regular Belgian ale that was very good. Last one I had was the Danish one from Elbeck called Jefferson Easter Brew Ale or something like that, something weird. Well, let's pour this beer into the Grimbergen glass. But when I was in France, this was one of the this was one of the beers you can get in pretty much every supermarket, but in France they only come in small 25 centiliter bottles with twist-off caps. They did even have Killian's Red and all that. But they had a ton of different beers, but it was mostly macro beers and Desperados and something called Ale, something which was a whiskey flavored beer. That's what not anything special, but this was our go-to beer, which was the one we drank regularly. And yeah, since France doesn't have much great beer, they have one though called Sti, which is a pretty good brewery, but pours pretty much like a lager, actually. Very light, like a golden yellow with a nice, well, not frothy or creamy in any way, but a nice half a pinky lacing head of white head. Pretty boring color, actually, but it is a blonde ale, a blonde Belgian ale, or just Belgian ale. But let's check out the aroma. Sort of smells lagerish, actually. Like a lager with a lot of yeast. But yeah, yeasty, malty. There's some kind of grassy hop as well. Not a very complex aroma in any way. Some doughy yeast as well. Smells fairly good. Let's dig in and give it a taste. Definitely doesn't taste like a lager. Sort of like a very scaled down version of Duvel, actually. Like a session version, you could say. Quite malty, with a nice sweet malty, slightly caramel malty backbone as well. there's a touch of coriander and a touch of clove in here, spice wise. It's not too spicy in any way. By the way, it's on 6.7% alcohol by volume. Slightly floral and fruity as well. More floral than fruity. I get like some elderflower as well. But very mild flavor wise. There is some grassy, citrusy hops in here actually as well. Very refreshing indeed. Yeah, it's pretty good. This is a great session beer. If it like, I think it's 20 kroner a bottle here in Denmark, which is like $3, I think, $3-4. Not too expensive, but if it was cheaper like it was in France, it is a great session beer. This like would be a really fantastic session beer because it's so easily drinkable. It's got a lot more taste than a lager, but it doesn't get too much. Quite a decent amount of carbonation, definitely. Lively carbonation, but still it's medium. Slightly watery actually, but it's alright, I guess. Rating wise, I'm gonna rate this a 70. Definitely, it's not the best Belgian ale in the world, but it's a nice, refreshing Belgian ale. This would be great for summer weather and a really good session beer in my opinion, especially for Belgian beer, because I haven't really come across many Belgian beers that would work as session beers, but this one does. It's pretty good. The Grimbergen Blonde, a 70 from me. Not the best of the series, that flagship beer, but still fairly good. Let me know what you think of this beer if you've had it. You probably have, some of you, because I think the Grimbergen Blonde, the blonde version, is pretty widespread around the world. But like I always say, comment, rate, subscribe, and all that. And I'm gonna say cheers, guys, and I'll see you in the next beer review.